Star Wars, the Why of Skywalker. That's right, we're doing another. Now you might be thinking,
who are you?
Or,
why are you doing this? It's been like half a year.
Well, both of those questions are fair. I'm reviewing this movie because I'm in a quarantine and I probably have something better that I could be doing, but I'm not. Star Wars The Last Jedi is the answer to the question, what if we took a trilogy that was already not good and just kinda like ruined it? Anyways, the dead speak! That's how this movie starts. This movie has simultaneously like my favorite title crawl, but also definitely the worst one of all the Star Wars movies. It tells us Palpatine is alive and shows Kylo Ren is destroying more puppets than Ahmed the dead terrorist. Kylo shows up to Palpatine's pyramid scheme because he's trying to make money quick, bitch. We see that Palpatine is living in a strobe light haunted house because epileptics watching Star Wars have had it too good for too long. He tells Kylo that he made Snoke, which seems pretty cool. He's like saying he manipulated him through the Force and, oh no, there's just Snoke chilling in a vat. Probably the dumbest way of describing this. Palpatine then, like, summons a million ships out of the ground, which means he can just make those out of nothing, but he needs a fucking vat to make Snoke. We then cut to the Millennium Falcon doing Falcon stuff. Then we cut to Rey doing training, which is actually... Then we cut to Kylo Ren doing Kylo stuff. And then we cut back to Rey doing Gotta cut back to Kylo because Kylo's being... Oh my god, this movie for like the first 10 minutes is just all over the place. So Rey's doing training with Leia now, who's in this movie because the dead speak. Look, I don't want to complain about the Carrie Fisher being dead stuff too much because there wasn't, like, JJ did a lot wrong with this movie, but that's one of the things he just couldn't help. But, like, all the dialogue they're using is clearly has nothing to do with what's happening in the story. Like, she walks up being like, Palpatine is back, and Leia's like, blue lightsaber, and she's like, yeah. So Finn, Poe, and Rey decide they need to go on a quest to also join Palpatine's reverse funnel system. So they go to an aliens planet's Mardi Gras where there's a bunch of dumb looking aliens, which I love. They spend their time there getting lit before running into Lando, who brings them onto his speeder to tell them where to find the triangle and also hints towards definitely wanting to fuck Leia. Then some stormtroopers show up and they can fly now, and everyone's like, they fly now? They fly now. They fly now. They fly now. They fly now. And then we all laughed. Then they fall into some quicksand and like land into a cave, and then there's a giant snake there, and the snake's all like, if you want to go and beat the rest, you need to pass the snake test. Which one of you can fix my boo-boo? And then Rey fixes his boo-boo, and he is all like, I have now declared my winner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to slither. It's really dumb. So, because they fell in this cave, they were able to find the Sith dagger that has the instructions to Palpatine on it, and C-3PO reads it and he's like, hey guys, this has the instructions on how to get to Palpatine. And they go, awesome, read it to us. And he goes, no. So then they gotta go find somebody who can read this for them, but Kylo Ren comes flying in and he's like, that's our words. So Kylo Ren decides to just try to run Rey over in his ship, and her thought process is, I'm faster than that. And like, if I'm being honest, she was booking it. Somebody needs to clock her 40 time because she was moving. So she destroys his spaceship and he's just fine after that, but oh no, they kidnap Chewie. So Rey tries to force pull the ship that has Chewbacca on it, but Kylo Ren decides to show up and just grab it and pull it towards him. So then they start playing tug of Star Wars, and then Rey gets angry and shoots lightning at it and it blows up. I shit you not, when I first saw this, and it's what they wanted you to think, I thought Rey just murdered Chewbacca, which in some cases would piss people off, but it was the first time in the movie I sat there going, okay, JJ, you have my attention. I'm not saying this was a good idea, but I'm definitely interested in whatever direction you're going to take this in now. But don't worry, in 5 minutes they're immediately like, just kidding, he was on the other one. So then while they're on the ship, BB-8 makes a droid which, I shit you not, just has like Asperger's. Like, it walks up to Rey and it's just like, hello, and she's like, hello, nice to meet you. No, thank you, and then runs away before she can, like, shake its hand. And I mean, like, this thing looks like a toy that would be in Sid's room from Toy Story. So then they had to go to this planet to get a droid specialist because they need to get the thing out of C-3PO's head and also fix this droid's head. And so when they show up there, Poe finds a person he used to run Spice with, and everyone's upset with him for some reason because he used to be a Spice Girl. So they go and meet Babu Frick, who's the only person who can get into C-3PO, and I'm not gonna lie, but he kinda slaps though. Babu Frick can kinda like get it. I think a lot of this movie is awful, but Babu Frick is the best thing in this movie. And he's got like a weird accent, so whenever he's talking it might be French and it sounds like like some sort of scat singing dope motherfucker. And I shit you not, he should have been the main character and he's so hot. Anyways, if they get C-3PO to translate it, then he's going to lose his memory. And to put it in Babu terms,
the droid memory go blah blah. It go blah blah.
God damn, Babu talking like some sort of sexy ass Gru motherfucker. God damn, Babu, you a freak, huh? So then Babu tells us
the droid is ready.
And then C-3PO turns evil for a minute. He starts fucking speaking in tongues. And I would have enjoyed this movie so much more if JJ just turned C-3PO into the villain. Anyways, they sneak onto the Star Destroyer, which I guess they're just going to do in every one of these movies. Finn and Poe go to get Chewbacca, and Rey goes to mess up Kylo's room. Rey finds the dagger she was looking for and also Darth Vader's helmet and... Wait a minute. I can't be the only one who's just realizing that Darth Vader's smashed helmet looks just like Sloth from the Goonies. Hold on, no. Show a picture. It looks just like Sloth from the Goonies. Alright, we can continue.
Do you understand that? Serious crap!
So Kylo runs into the room going, "Hey, you guys!" I will say this, JJ undoes a lot about what I like in The Last Jedi, which is unfortunate, but I'm glad he kept the Force connection thing. I think that's pretty cool. Then JJ immediately ruins it by being like, remember how I said your parents were nobody? Well, I told the truth, but only cause they chose to be. Like, yeah, your parents are some dope-ass motherfuckers, but also fucking lame? He then tells Rey she's a Palpatine, and thank God, because how could we have a nobody be our hero? Are you happy now, nerds? This is what you did. No, look at it. Look at it. This is exactly your fault. You sat there and said, how could somebody without a last name be strong? Nobody without a last name is strong. Yoda's in this fucking series. What's wrong with you? Fuck you. Sorry, it's just been a while since I bullied somebody, and I just felt like I needed to do it. They then crash land on a planet that has the wreckage of the... It has the wreckage of the Death Star. Just give me a second. God damn it! Son of a bitch! You can't have one idea? Alright, we're cool. So then Rey finds out there's an extension to the knife that helps her find exactly where the treasure needs to be. Kind of like in the Goonies. JJ, how much of this movie directly copies the Goonies? What are you doing, Abrams? So then Rey decides to get on a boat and just kind of boat over there, even though it's the middle of like a tsunami. And I'm gonna be honest, she is an all-around athlete. Alright, this woman can apparently do anything. So Rey walks around the abandoned Death Star and has a vision, just like in the last movie. And she sees an evil version of herself that comes out and is like, I am Rey Tep, and I am evil. But then that's just kind of like over with and Kylo Ren is there. Kylo talks to her and he lost the helmet, which thank God. So then they have a big lightsaber battle out on top of the wreckage and waves are crashing around and it's cool, I guess. Like, it's a cool lightsaber fight. This is probably the best scene in the movie. It's still just fine. Kylo wins fight, but then Leia got sleepy, so then Kylo got stabbed, and then Kylo's really hurt, but then Rey undoes the hurt because Snake. She then leaves Kylo alone there, and then Han Solo shows up because the dead speak. I'm just impressed they were able to get Harrison Ford back in another Star Wars movie, which I'm sure explaining to him why he was there was easy, because he probably would have just been like, "What do you mean I'm a ghost?" I will give Adam Driver this. He is acting his fucking heart out in this piece of trash movie. And Kylo Ren in general in all three of these movies is pretty great. I mean, he's really only second to Babu. Then it's revealed that all of the zombie Star Destroyers have Death Star lasers on them, because why wouldn't they? So Finn and Poe become generals together, and their first act as general is to settle down, find a nice place, become real estate agents, and adopt a cute little Asian girl. So then Rey goes back to Luke's planet to become Luke, but then Luke comes to basically just go, "Hey, that whole thing the last movie, I don't know what I was talking about, fuck you, Ryan." So then Rey flies around in Luke's X-Wing and wears Luke's helmet, and she's like, "Look at me, I'm big boy Luke Skywalker. I'm gonna go to work and do my taxes over in the big boy factory." Meanwhile, the Nerd Patrol devise a plan to stop the Final Order, and it's perfect. What if we got out of our spaceships and then got on horses? Now, don't get me wrong, this is stupid. It's dumb, but I do love it. This is like Fast and Furious, but like in reverse for Star Wars. The only way I could like this more, I think, is if the First Order for some reason also had an army of horses that they just started fighting with, and they just fought on horseback. This movie would be a 10. While that's happening, Rey goes to fight Palpatine, who got an audience together to make this a pay-per-view event, and oh my god, he's on a crane. What? Why? Why is he on a crane? The thing that pisses me off about this is they promise me crane Palpatine and then do nothing with it. I want him to be fucking flung around in the middle of a lightsaber fight. Like, if you're gonna be ridiculous, JJ, go full force with it. Just make this movie as stupid as you can make it. So it looks like the Resistance is gonna lose, but then everybody shows up to help them, even though the last movie they didn't, but now, like, they do. So the day is saved. Kylo shows up, and he kinda just gets his ass kicked until Rey pulls a lightsaber from behind his ear. So they go to fight Palpatine together, but Palpatine's kinda freaked, though, so he sucks them dry and gets their youthful energy. Sort of in the same way how Tom Brady gets his power from kissing his son fully on the lips. So now that Palpatine is a whole-ass unit, he's able to electrocute the sky? Who's the cloud now? So then Rey's able to stop him because she has all the Jedi inside her, and they're like, Rey. Oh, Rey, what's up, dude? Rey. Hey, it's Rey. Rey, eat at Arby's. Rey, eat at Arby's. 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 Which, I'm gonna be honest, that felt like pretty clear product placement. Then Rey is able to beat Palpatine because she has 2 lightsabers, which apparently makes Palpatine explode, and it doesn't make sense, but I don't like this movie, so let's get it over with. Rey dies because of the gangbang of Jedi that were inside of her, but then Kylo Ren shows up to give her her life force back. She's all better because, you know, the dead speak, but not Kylo Ren. The dead sleep for him. He's dead. So they save the day, and then Rey goes back to Tatooine, and she's there and just decides she can be a Skywalker now, and, you know, I don't even need to say anything on this. Just play the clip.
He's already leaving. He's already bailed.
Well, that's it. I didn't like this movie. This is the end of the Skywalker saga, and it wasn't very good. I was disappointed when I saw it, and I'm still disappointed when I see it now. It's baffling that people dislike The Last Jedi more than this one, but whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna do ratings for these videos, but I mean, if I had to, this is like a 3 out of 10. It's just, I didn't like it. I really didn't. Alright, see ya. Hey, thanks for watching. Zach Marshall edited this. I want to thank him. I think he made it a lot better. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, like and subscribe and comment. If you disagree with me, hopefully you at least found it funny, because that was my goal. If you want to see more, tell me you want to see more, or don't. I don't know.